In this tutorial, we're going to talk about image trace. Now, you see the image of the Eiffel Tower on my artboard, and I found it again, as I said in the earlier tutorial, on Google. So I just Googled Eiffel Tower, and then I had all these options, obviously, within the images section. And then I deliberately looked for a high resolution image. The way I know that it's a high resolution image is because, when I hover over it, it says the size of the image. In this case, it says 1685 wide and then 2743 high. So that means this image is 1685 pixels wide and then 2743 pixels high. It's a big image, and obviously of high resolution, so I chose it. The reason why I looked for a high resolution image is because when I image trace, I intend to keep as many details as possible. When you have a low resolution image, your image trace will maybe end up in ugly blotches of, patches of color and not keep the details of whatever you're tracing. So that's why I chose this nice big image. I just clicked on it and then hit Control on my keyboard. Actually, to be precise, I held down the Control key and then clicked, and then went to Copy Image and then pasted it. You can just do again, hold down the Control key. Actually, no, I just edit and pasted it. I'm showing you the long way. I don't do the long way anymore because I'm so used to shortcuts, so I just hit Command V to paste that image here. Now, this is the image, obviously, and what I want to do is, let's actually make a copy of it. I'm holding down the Alt key, and then you see my hand is moving, so it's not going to stay on the horizontal same line except if I hold down the Shift key. So Alt and Shift, and then drag the image and release. And now let's image trace this one. So if you look at image trace, you see this, image trace option, and then there's this little arrow that points down to many other options under image trace. The first example I want to apply is just a regular image trace, so I just make sure to select my image and then hit image trace. Okay, and this will trace my image and give me the result you saw in the previous tutorial. But let me show you an important thing. I traced the image, right? But let me go to the outline mode by hitting Command Y. You see that it's still an image the way the one on the left is. It has a black outline around it. That's not the result I want to get to. I want to be able to select each and every little graphic section of this image, perhaps to do something else with it. So after doing image trace, I need to go back to that little button which transformed from image trace to expand, and I need to click on expand. Okay, when I clicked on expand, you see now that my image is made up of little sections. Let me go to outline, Command Y. It's made up of the little sections, the little tiny, mathematical shapes, if you will, or, graphic shapes that end up making the shape of the Eiffel Tower. So remember to always, after image tracing, hit the expand button. So this is how we image trace. In case this is the result that we want, we can obviously select the whites, select the blacks. When we image trace, just the regular image trace, we will end up with the black and white result, and then we can obviously change the colors if that's what we want to do. I'm wondering where my swatches panel went. There. So let's say I want to change all the blacks in this image to this fuchsia. I can take the magic wand, click on the black, and it selects all the blacks for me, and then change them to fuchsia. So there you go. I can also click on the magic wand and then hover over the whites, and it will select all the rest of the whites for me, and perhaps use a dark pink. So you can do all sorts of things because your image has been traced into a black and white combination. So it's really nice and powerful to take an existing photograph and then changing it from a bitmap image, from a raster image to a vector image or a graphic image, and being able to manipulate its colors, its details, and the sky is the limit. You're the artist, you do whatever you like. Okay, so this was one example. Another example is again to copy this image, and let's see what options we have under image trace. We have all sorts of stuff. I encourage you to go ahead and play with them. I want to do one. Silhouettes is a very nice effect. Line art is another nice effect. Let me try the three colors one. This will basically, again, change my image from a raster to a vector and divide it into three colors. It does take time because, it's a curve fitting. Okay, there you go. So again, but it changed it to these, light grays. That's one color. This olive kind of color, and then this light beige. Now, again, if I go to outline mode, it's still not a vector image, so I need to hit expand, and that's how I get to the final result. I mean, look what a beautiful result it gave me. Look at the nice details, and it's a really artistic. And again, as we said, you can take the magic wand, select any color that you like. It's enough to hover over it and click once. If you click here, it doesn't mean it's only going to select this section. It's going to select every single part of this image that contains this light gray color for you. So you don't have to go individually and select that that shape with your shift key. That would be a waste of time and energy. So you just, let's say you want this gray. If there are other grays in here in the details of the tower, it will select them for you. So just click there, and you can obviously change it to the color that you like. Let's say this turquoise blue, for instance. Okay, so the sky is the limit. You play around with those, and I'll see you